Hey folks, I hope you like that. I love that video. Of course, the Mafia metaverse map is available now on Pulsechain and BNB, and some huge results happening there. We're going to check that out later on. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We're going to start off with obviously our crypto update. It is what's still New Year's Day in the Northern Hemisphere. It is already the 2nd of January here down under in New Zealand, Australia, Pacific Islands. It is already midday on Thursday the 2nd. So some of you are still celebrating the first New Year's, probably out and about, no doubt, although it is winter up there. It is summer down here. It is very sunny outside, I can say, or can report. So pretty awesome. Do you like green candles? Do you like green candles? We're going to kick off with the crypto markets. It is green. Then we're going to get into Pulsechain. We're going to talk about Mafia, of course, all the updates today. What's the day, like 5 or something, like 6 days, 6, something like that in Mafia. With the map out, and then we're going to get into TitanX, which is looks like it's reached the bottom and is starting to turn back up for wave 3, possibly is starting up there. Really good, strong start. We're going to get into that, and then of course we're going to talk about X1 chain. Will it launch this quarter? We've got some updates about that, so let's get into it. All right, so let's see who's in the house. We've got Wookiees here. Jedi, it's time to assemble. Yeah. Hey, get into thinking of assembling. Get into the chat. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels: Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain X. That's 10,500 subscribers, and I do appreciate all the support from you guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe as always. We've got Fergal in the house there. Happy New Year. Hi from southwest of Ireland there from Fergal. I hope you're having a good time there in Ireland. Very, very nice. Now, I've only been to England, and that was a long time ago. So I know that Ireland is a beautiful place, and some beautiful people there. So very cool. We got New Year, new candles, says Diamond Hand. Absolutely. And we're going to kick off some green candles. That's the way to start off the 2025 bull market. And we've got Bitcoin at the moment at 94,466. So what did it hold on to that 92K? That's that was very important mark. And is at 1.15% at the moment. Bitcoin dominance is 55%. We got what do we got there? Ethereum. Let me just refresh this page. I've highlighted it too much. We got Ethereum there at $3,354, up 0.5%, and we got BNB up 0.75%, $706. Solana up 100 at $194, is up 1.6%. ADA making a real strong move today, up almost 9% at 92 cents. What else we got going there? Tron is up slightly at 25.5 cents, and Litecoin there is up 1.25% at $105 on Litecoin. Those are your leaders at the moment. I didn't mention XRP. That's up pretty strong. It's up 12% at $2.33. So those are the leaders, and let's get into it. Green candles to start off the new year. Pretty good, eh? Pretty good. Now, we are expecting altcoin season. Yeah, it's a good start to that. And, of course, we've got some bullish events coming out, right? We've got the 20th of January is the Trump inauguration. And, of course, we've also got the court, most likely get the court response for the SEC versus Richard Hart and Pulsechain, Pulsex, etc. So those are the 2 big milestones coming up for this month. Now, looking at crypto, we've obviously moved through this December period, and we pretty much hit it, didn't we? We hit that target. That is very, very cool. That was our prediction, and we got it nice. We didn't. We added this. This was added in secondly, up to a potential lead of 120 in that time. We got to $108,388. So that's kind of where we got to. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. So we'll get rid of all that. That is the old past. It's 2024. And, man, we did pretty well. Where are we heading now? Where are we heading out in our prediction model? Now, this is based on, bull cycles. And so what about 830, 870 days? That's where we're getting this logic from. And so far, so good. We've got the Trump inauguration kicking up. That is getting closer and closer. We're talking about 18, 19 days away to Trump inauguration. And, of course, very bullish for the next 4 years. All the big things, right? Freedom, prosperity, and security. Those 3 things. Those are the 3 fundamentals you need. And they're going to be very good and flourish under Trump. So we're going to be looking forward to that. Now, it is a bit of a funny alliance got this power. It's an alliance between conservatives, which would be the majority of the alliance, and moderate liberals like Vivek and like Elon Musk. So there's an interesting interesting alliance there. And of course, we know that they have quite a big ear in the Trump's campaign there. So pretty interesting stuff happening there. Now, moving forward, obviously, we've got coming into February, the 13th, all the way to early April the 5th. I got here potentiality to go to 150 to 180K. That is on the menu in the next few months. So, within the next 3 months, potentiality to reach 150K there for the top of this cycle. Now, I'm so bullish about 2025. We could very much have some sort of double top or continued strength like we did in 21, where we had double top and potentially hit this $250,000 by the end of the year. 240K is what Richard Hart has predicted. And we have many analysts predicting 240 as well. The bulk of analysts, I would say, is in the 150 to 180K. But we have some people picking 240, and I'm in that camp too. I think definitely a very real chance of doing that by the end of the year. So, I mean, I've got this arrow light there, but really it's probably out here somewhere, right? So out and towards the end of the year there. So that is the play. That is the play at the moment. So 150, let's head towards that. That's the first sort of goal into March. So bring on altcoin season in here as well. So that is Bitcoin and some of the projections there. Looking at the returns for December, looks like we finished at negative 2.85% for December returns for Bitcoin. We had 12% last year. We did do, 2020, we had 47%. So we got negative 2.85% at the end of December. We thought we had a good chance of having a double-digit green month. We certainly did have that during the month, but failed to hold on to it. 2017, we had 39%, 31% in 2016. So negative months. But January, I guess, looking very positive into February, March. We had green months all in the beginning of the year last year. So we had the green months. We had particularly good in 23. We had 39%. So can we get something like that in this month in the lead up to Trump's inauguration? Very bullish. Remember, he's a pro-crypto president. He's also looking at a Bitcoin strategic fund and changing the SEC to move it from lawfare to simplify it, right? Give us clear guidelines and stop the lawfare against a lot of, and may be the insurance policy for Richard Hart as well, depending on obviously what happens with the court judge there. Also in 2020, we had 30% gains. So let's see where we end up in January, February, March there. Trump got to be the key catalyst for January there, as well as, that bubbling of the of altcoin season as well. So let's see how we get on. Certainly looking good potentially once people start getting back from holiday. But of course, big money can move at any time. So let's call it 7th to the 9th there. Let's see how we get on. So that is the Bitcoin returns. Bitcoin halving progress. Obviously, we've been watching this too. 2016, this is the green line. 2020, this is the green line. And 2024 is the green line. That's when the halving was. We have waiting for this banana part of the bull market. We've seen it every time, even back in 2012. And we're looking for that banana part of the bull market. That's when mad gains are made. That's when everyone can get rich. You just got to make sure you sell on the way up or at the top, right? So that's the only job you have to do. We got the big banana there in 2020, banana there in 2017. And we're pretty close to it now, right? For 2025. So 2025, we're looking to capture this banana, real big move in crypto, mad gains. You wait 4 years for that, right? You wait 4 years for that, and it is upon us in 2025. Ethereum at the moment still below the 50-day moving average. We're sitting here at the 50-day moving average in yellow is 3,413. We're at 3,356, but we have got a green day today, so we'll take that day. And we're still in a golden cross, so still in a golden cross there as well. And we obviously got the Trump effect coming in. So that is the key. It's going to get us the Pulsechain. Before we get to that, though, let's make some comments here. We've got Wookie in the house there. Nice. Wookie has some Irish in him, says Wookie. And Hexvader as well. Again, good to see Hexvader. Hope you're doing well also in the new year. So here's Pulsechain day 600. We reached it. Woohoo! Day 600. Can you believe it? These are the end results pretty much. We've probably got another 50 minutes or something. But we've got the price at quadruple 0496 down 6.5%, sitting pretty much around 50% of the mean sacrifice price. Pulsex down 7% at 40319. Sitting at about 32% of the mean sacrifice price. There is a load of upside to Pulsechain. Obviously, we've got the court case judgment over the heads of Pulsechain at the moment in a psychological sense, right? Obviously, the Pulsechain itself is decentralized. Some people may, wonder whether that has an impact on, the magic carpet ride and all sorts of things like that, right? So that is the play. At the moment, we've got about 1.18 trillion is being 1.1 trillion 176 billion, I should say, has been bought up and burned. That's about 5.9% at the moment of the total public supply. Incentive token $1.85 is down 7.83%. That is the second biggest move down, and we're sitting at 37,313 pulse per one incentive token at the moment, and we've got about 51,685,000 incentive, if that number is accurate. Sometimes it doesn't seem to update or something. Hex at the moment is at 1.4 cents on Pulsechain, and on Ethereum there, EHEX is at 0.28 of a penny. Combined price of a PHEX and EHEX is 1.69 cents. This is rounded at 1.7 cents. That is down 9.5% today. So that is actually the biggest move down. Possibly just such a good deal to pick up right now as the old Hex. All right, so that is pretty much Richard Hart coins. Let's jump over to the gas prices. 880,000 beats, so a little high at the moment. 0.2 of a penny for a Pulsechain swap. But 30 gwei on Ethereum, very high gwei on Ethereum today with this little pump. Saw it up at 70, 80 gwei earlier. And we're sitting at 2,315 times cheaper than Ethereum when the gwei goes. There we go. And of course, you guys know what the bull market's like. You got all these boom and bust in the gas price as well as the prices, right? Let's look at the bridge. This is the health check. It has been sliding a little bit. We were up over 150 million not so long ago. 120, just under 128 million at the moment. Still looking very good though. We've got the DAI obviously has shaved off a bit. We're over 40 million last at one stage that I remember. We're at 35.8 million at the moment. Obviously ETH is recovering a little bit there, so that's up slightly. We're at Bitcoin obviously up as well, recovering slightly. Coast pretty similar in the stable coin, and EHEX there is down quite a bit there, I would say, in percentages terms. So that's down on that one as well. So that's drifting it down on that one. I'm not sure about USDC and USD Tether. Don't track those too much. They're probably following the DAI trend to some degree. And of course, we've also got other native stable coins. We got USDL at the moment, 8.1 million. PXDC at 1.34 million, and HexDC at 920k, just below a million there. So that's the play. I haven't been tracking those too much either. But USDL, of course, is backed by Pulse. PXDC is backed by PulseX, and HexDC is backed by Hex. And they're all liquidity forks, right? And Coast is backed by stablecoin fiat there. That is the play. Bring on PUSD ALGO. That's what I say. Bring on PUSD ALGO. Let's go. Come on, Jacob. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Well, the bull market's on. Let's not muck around. Let's not muck around. All right, so there's some friendly encouragement. I know you're on holiday at the moment. I know you're on holiday. All right, let's jump over to the market. We've got 24.6 million on Pulsechain at the moment. 269,000 transactions there in 24 hour. Not many in the green on the trending. So this is a trending 6 hourly. We've only got a few ones here. And most of them have just popped up in the last couple of hours. So we've got this Max Key here, Maximus Kikius. I'm not sure what's the thing about that. Some sort of frog or something, is it? That's at 3.8 cents. That's up 100,000%. Says 51k liquidity. Obviously, I'm not endorsing any of these. They just pop up all the time. We've got X Money there as well. Is up 627%. It's at 9,668. Only 4,400 in there. So very small retail plays. And then Rick Most Wanted is still doing pretty well, up 38% there. Been around for 10 days now, playing on the Interpol red notice there for Richard. That's pretty much it. Access Live is pretty flat, $15,000. That is pretty flat, but up slightly there, and that is pretty much it on the trending. I got to go to some honorable mention though to Gophers. We haven't seen Gophers up here for a while. That's up here at the moment, and of course PDC, one of the best projects on Pulsechain, is still doing extremely well. Let's have a look at that. So that is PDC. Came off its highs, was at 000555, and it's now at 0032, but still doing pretty well. Although is still trying to consolidate here in this range between 2,900, I would say, and maybe even 3,700 here. Got a bit of consolidation there. Hopefully it will stop the bleed and onwards and upwards for the old PDC. Now this is PDC UFO, right? So this is a particular period, not PDC Pulse. So that's pretty much it on that. We did get a little New Year's, Happy New Year's from Richard Hart. And of course, I put them on the thumbnail today. I'll show you how to install a bidet for your mum in 2025. Nothing says I love you like a clean butt. Bit of humor there from Richard. And of course, he posted a bit of his video here. Cleaning the. Now, if I remember right, was this last year, the year before? I can't remember now. But he was in America, and I think it was last year, and he did his mother's bidet. Very good son, right? So, uh, so there we go. Richard Hart there helping his mum out. You can't do much better than that, right? More token says was it Ponky token is a fantastic buy price. Looks bullish. There's more money. Hey, come and shill. That's apparently what you do. Shillers in the house. All right, so let's jump over to Mafia. Hey, let's get into Mafia. This is obviously the big game on Pulsechain, also playing on BNB. And of course, this is the first metaverse, I should say, metaverse on Pulsechain. So very exciting times, and it is going extremely well. So we've got all these families. I'm not going to go through all the families, but we've got a lot of families on the table. 25 on Pulsechain, and of course at the moment we've still got the Yakuza at number 1. That's my family, of course, part of the Directorate Allegiance. We've got the Gearheads trying to chase up there with a lot of the land grabs. They're sitting at number 2. Salamanca's there, Gear Wars number 3. Number 4 is the Hustlers Directorate, and number 5 is the Syndicate, the Directorate. So there is a lot of competition going on. We've got Mugnaus and Deadites there in the Gears of War Allegiance there. And we've got all the rest of the families chilling out the back there. Now let's quickly jump over to the Vault and have a quick look at that. The Vault, of course, looking pretty tasty. Any rally we get in Pulsechain is going to dramatically change all these numbers. We've got 6.87 billion Pulse in the Vault, which is pretty cool. $338,000 now. So we get a 3x and we're at $1 million, right? 3x and we're at $1 million there on Pulsechain. We've had some very good moves here. We've got the item crates. These are all the contributions, so contributing to the Vault. We've got the item crates here. Was 129K back on the 10th of December. So within about 3 weeks, we're already gone from 130,000 all the way almost to $200,000 there. It's pretty awesome, right? So it's a real big jump. This is obviously benefiting from the map launching there. We've also got obviously this new category land crates, and that's gone pretty much from 0 on the 26th of December all the way up to about $34,000 or so. So $30,000. So that's all happened with inside like a week or something. So very exciting stuff happening there. So pretty cool. That gets us into obviously the maps. And this is what's everyone's been a big land grab on Pulsechain. We can see that we've got one. New York is sold out. Napoli is sold out. Medellin is sold out. No, Las Vegas is sold out. And Miami's sold out. Chicago is sold out. Palermo is sold out. And Detroit is sold out. There are only now 3 cities left on the Pulsechain Mafia. And of course, to go there. So only 3 cities left with tiles left available to get. So you can still get fresh tiles in Bogota, Caracas, and Messina if you want to get some land. Otherwise, you're going to have to buy it on the secondary market, right? So this is initial offering of land. We can see the Yakuza, that is the Allegiance Alliance, which I am a part of. That is sitting at on top of New York there, number 1. Napoli, number 2. So we're ranking them by worth, right? These worth values. And then we've got the Gearheads with Medellin at number 3. Las Vegas Gearheads at number 4. Miami Gearheads at number 5 here. And then we have Yakuza at number 6 here with Chicago. Mugnaus with Palermo there at number 7. And then number 8, is am I doing the numbers right here? And number 8, we got the Gearheads have just taken Detroit overnight. So that just happened overnight. And so is Chicago, actually. All these just happened overnight there. So overnight was very busy for land grabbing by different families. And so that is where we are. Now we still have Bogota, Caracas, and Messina left. Salamancas are dominating at the moment. Doesn't mean they'll dominate by the end, but they're dominating at the moment in the land. Yakuza dominating in Caracas and the Gearheads in Messina there, but still early days because there's tons of tiles left in these 3 properties and lots of opportunity for you to pick up some pretty good land there. All right, so that is kind of cool. Let's jump in to the into New York with the Directorate, which I'm in the family. Let's have a quick look at some of these key metrics. We've got Pulse Nation in the house there. Great review. Hey, appreciate it, Pulse Nation. Big shout out. So we've got this is the directorate. This is led by the Don of Dons, Archipelago, aka Capone. He is definitely the #1 Don in the game and feared by all, and that is very, very wise to be feared. And at the moment, you can see that developments are going on. People get the land first of all, then they have to develop the land, right? That's the thing. And then they have to, at some stage, depending on what they're doing, activate the land as well, activate the building. So it's kind of a 3-step process in this metaverse at the moment. All right, get the land. That's what people are doing now. Then develop the land. And then number 3, activate the land, right, to get the rewards and things like that. Strength and in-game currency, stuff like that. So that's kind of the play. There are 3 different areas, right? So there's 4 different areas. There's a common area. That's where most of the land is, right? So most of the land is in the common area. Then within the common area, there's strategic, right? Strategic are these yellow glowing areas. And the reason why they're strategic is because they're next to headquarters, HQs. Now, a lot of the HQs are empty. The HQs only get populated if you have your family in that HQ. So people can benefit from building next to the HQ if they have it, because it's very important to do that. This here is the HQ for the Yakuza. The Yakuza controls New York, and you can see there's a lot of building going on in good old New York, the city of dreams. So it is building out, and of course that means that you can have more family members inside the game, right? That's how it works. So that is playing at the moment. The other areas, of course, that people are after is the upper area. Upper area here is green, very beautiful, lush area here. Nice rivers and bridges and forests there in the upper areas. And of course, this is kind of like the upper class. Very, very cool. And of course, then we've got, of course, the top area, which is the elites. And the elites here, this is where the fascists are, where the capitalists are in here. So pretty cool. We can actually see in the elite areas that we've got a lot of buildings in play, right? We've got a lot of buildings. Look at us, a lot of buildings in the coastline there being built up there. And of course, are they hotels? They are. A lot of hotels in there, packed full. And what have we got there? Bank as well. Yeah, very, very rich area here, starting to develop, and it's still early days. So lots of fun things happening over here. We've obviously got a lot of buildings, so you can go through all the building types. Normally, when you try to open up a crate, you can do that. You'll end up either getting an empty tile or some development. If you're lucky, you'll get some development, but basically empty tile, then shed. So if we highlight empty tiles, those are all the empty tiles now in the area. And we've got sheds, of course. Those are all the sheds. These are all the houses in there at the moment. So you can upgrade the houses. Then you upgrade the villas. Those are all the villas at the moment. Then you can upgrade. So once you go past villa, you're then getting into those won't give you any yield, but they will give you strong defensive points. But once you go from villa to apartment, you will need to do that. You'll need 1 key and a 1 cake key, and of course 5 million in-game currency. So there are 2 items you need to upgrade from villa to apartment, and those are all the apartments at the moment in the area. And then of course from apartments you upgrade to mansions, and as you go through these upgrades, you get potential for earning more income. But here's the key. I said that step 3 is activating. You have to activate the buildings to actually get that income. If you don't activate it, you don't actually get the income. So there's a double trick there. So there's 3 stages: get the land, develop the land, and get them active. And you have to stake Mafia to do that. So it's going to put a lot of pressure on Mafia, as you guys can imagine. The next after that, of course, we've got, what do I say? We've got apartments. Sorry, we've got offices, then we've got apartments, and then we've got mansions. That's the order. This is out of order, actually. Don't know why. And then finally, we've got hotel. Hotels, the city of dreams. Now, this is what everyone's after. This is the holy grail. And they're a good income earner for sure in the game. And actually, there's quite a few hotels in New York, the city of dreams. The most powerful family is the directorate, and led by the Don of Dons, Archipelago, aka Capone. And things are just warming up here. So every family will have their different strategies. Some of those strategies will be better than others, right? So we will see how that all drops. But at the moment, the directorate clearly doing well there. Now let's have a quickly look at some of the others. Let's have a look at the gearheads here in Las Vegas. Let's have a quick look at that. This is run by the Don Giffordware. So a quick look at that. and see how they're going on with their allocation. Obviously, they've dominating the map. Doesn't mean they're the only ones in the area, but of course they have the strip in Las Vegas, right? The famous strip, and you can see they're already trying to develop this all the way. But guess what? They've got a bit of a thorn in their side, haven't they? A thorn in their side. They've got a thorn in their side. That's all I'm going to say. And who is it? Wookie the Blade. Wookie the Blade is the thorn in their side, and of course. This is in the elite area of Las Vegas. But pretty much every other plot there is virtually owned by the gearheads who control the map, but they don't control this one area, which is controlled by Wookie the Blade from the Syndicate, of course, part of our family, the Directorate Allegiance, and of course he has put a thorn in their side, and of course he is the head of one of our most powerful kill squads as well. So trying to kill him would be a very dangerous thing indeed, because he is head of probably our most powerful kill squad as well. So going to be pretty dangerous to take him on and his group of assassins, that's for sure. So that's going to be pretty fun to see that play out. So big shout out to Wookie the Blade. That's why he's got blades. He's pretty scary stuff. Now we can obviously check out some of the areas here. We've got strategic. Those are strategic areas. We've got common areas. That's all that common area there. And you can see every map is different. We've got the upper area. So upper area is quite large here, actually. Upper area here, very large area indeed. Look at that, it's huge. And then we've got obviously the elite, which is the strip in Las Vegas there. And either side of the strip, you've got, guess what? You've got the roulette on one side, which is owned by who? What? Not the gearheads, by our family, the Yakuza. So that's on one end. And who owns the other one? The Salamancas. So that's a different family altogether, but I think they're part of the alliance of the gearheads, so that's not too bad. But that's pretty hilarious. The roulette, which is the number 2 top business. There's 10 businesses. That's the second top business after the Bullet Factory. There's not much difference in them, and that is pretty cool. So yeah, 2 thorns in the side of the gearheads sitting on the strip in Las Vegas. There we go. Pretty fun, right? Now, obviously, we can look through some of the buildings. Let's go have a look. Some of the bigger ones. We've got offices, of course. That's kind of the first one. Let me get rid of the rarity zones. Let's have a look at. We got offices. So you can see quite a few offices up and running there. They earn you 25,000 in-game currency a day. Then you've got, what do we got? Offices. You go to apartments. There's a few apartments in there at the moment. They earn you 50,000 a day in-game currency. And then we've got mansions. That's the next one up there. We've got many mansions. We've got one over here, one over there. So there's about 2-3 mansions there, 2-3 mansions. They earn you 150 in-game currency a day. So that's about was it about $5? We'll go check that actually. And then we got the hotel, which is the very top of the top. And how many they got there? 1, 2, 3, 4 hotels in there at the moment. 4 hotels in their Las Vegas map. I would argue that's their strongest map at the moment, based on what we've seen recently. So that is some interesting stuff happening over in Las Vegas for that. Now, obviously, let's go to the exchange here and have a look at that. So the exchange at the moment, let's have a look what the ratio is on Pulsechain. I think there's been a bit of a rise in the price. There has been. This got over 70. So the higher the ratio, the lower the price of in-game currency, right? That's worth less. The lower the ratio, the more it's worth. And then, of course, you've got the underlying Mafia price as well on Pulsechain. So you can see that will move this price around, but you can see the ratio is there. It's gone down from 70 and down to 69. But the price of Mafia itself has obviously gone down overnight, drifting that down, even though the ratio's got better. So there we go. That is the play. And we can see some people are selling some Mafia and in-game currency. And why they sell that? They want to get Mafia, right? So there we are. And they will use that Mafia for whatever reason you can imagine. So there we go. That is play. What else is going on? Obviously, keys. If you want to get some keys to open up some land, you can come here to exchange, go to keys, and for every $20, you'll get a key. And you can use all sorts of currencies to do that. All the popular ones on Pulsechain, you can do that there. Pretty cool. Now, if you get up to $400, you can get 5% bonus, and the more you spend, the more bonus you get, right? So once you spend $1,000, you get 10% bonus. Once you spend $2,000, I think you get 15. And once you spend 5,000, you get 20% bonus there. So that is the big bonuses for the big money. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's it. Well, on the market, of course, people are buying and selling land on here. So you can go and find land on here too. Be careful who you're buying it off, though. Definitely got some speculators trying to transfer some wealth from people. So just keep note out there. But there's lots of land and lots of other things on for sale at the moment. So that is kind of cool. That is the secondary market, of course, to buy land off the market. People have already opened up. So the primary market for land is just get your keys, go visit. Actually, that's not a good option because it's sold out. Go visit one of the areas that are not sold. Let's go to Messina, for example. You could go there, and you will be able to, once you got your key crates, you'll be able to go to click land once you've chosen your city. So get your crates, choose your city, and then you can click land claim. If you have a crate in there, it will allow you to purchase open up a crate. And what that will do is that will then animate the whole map. It will cycle through those 4 different areas that we talked about: common, upper, and elites. This is the elite area here, and this is the upper area, and this is the common area, as well as the strategic area and near the HQs. That's an HQ there. So those are the 4. And then once it chooses an area, it will then give you a plot of land. Some of them are better located than others, depending on how many connectors they got. And then, of course, it will then choose a development level. So you could get anything from an empty tile or shed or house, villa, etc., all the way up to a potential hotel. Although I think the hotel's gone for this one. So yeah, that is the play. So that is the kind of idea how this game works. So pretty exciting. Let's go to look at B&B just quickly. B&B Mafia, and quickly see what's happening over there. Obviously, we've got a number of families over there too. We have 25 on Pulsechain. How many we got on B&B? We got 21 families on B&B, and we can see at the moment the syndicate, the directorate, still number 1 there too. So directorate dominating B&B and Pulsechain, despite competitive alliances from the OG Alliance and the Gears of War. So the directorate still dominating there because, you know, the Don of Dons is Archie, and he's amazing, and the family's amazing. So that's pretty easy. Let's go to the map, have a quick look at how it's going there. So we've sold out 8 cities over on Pulsechain. Only city sold out over here is Chicago from the syndicate, which is the directorate allegiance. That's sold out. Otherwise, the OGs have, you know, there's some way, they're probably about 65% the way through their map, but they've not finished yet. And then we've got all these other families at the moment. Hardly, you know, but there's some sold, right? 140 there on Medellin and Bodgana there, 114 in New York, and of course several others there. Lots of opportunities there to go buy land on the B&B. Let's have a look at the exchange over here. Obviously, you can get keys if you want to buy land the same way you do on Pulsechain. But let's go have a look at the price. Remember, the price was 67 a ratio over on Pulsechain for Mafia, in-game currency, selling that. Over here, it is a 15.63. So very different price over here and very different level of activity as well. And of course, you can see 15.63 is pretty good price for in-game money as well. So people wanting that. Now, we've only had $300 worth of volume, whereas we had close to 6,000 on Pulsechain. We've only had about $300 worth of volume over here. So there is a lot of volume differences there at the moment. All right, so that is kind of the play there. I think that was it. Is that all I was doing? Let's go look at the vault quickly. The vault over on B&B, 217 B&B, $153,000 worth. Not too bad, actually. About half of what's, or just under half of what's over on Pulsechain, I would say. And then we've had a big tick up in the item crates contribution, and a big tick up here in land crates to about, what's that, about $15,000, $14,000 in land crates. And where we jump from here, about 94, so about $16,000 in item crates value there, contributing that. Not bad. Now remember, a certain 30% of the money is going through to the marketing DAO, right? The marketing DAO. So that's going to be huge for the game. Very, very excited. All right. Wookie says, Wookie is looking forward to knocking on your door. The Mafia game is on its way, says Wookie. Nice one. The game isn't even out yet, and it's already the most fun I've ever had on blockchain by far, says Logic Blast. Yeah, it's turning out to be quite a doozy. Now, there are still a few bugs in this and that out there, but they're being worked through. The team is on hold at the moment, so we probably won't get some more fixes for some of the bugs that you might like, particularly unstaking. If you're looking at unstaking from your family, that will have to be fixed on the team's return on the 5th. What else there? We got Logic Blast says, every building you see is a literal money generator, says Logic. I like that. We got Archie in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see you. The Don of Dons in the house. Greetings, Don Archie, says Logic Blast. Absolutely. and Archipelago there easily the number one Don on the game, and of course the most feared, making fear real, is Archie in the Directorate, allegiance of 4 families, right? The Syndicate, the Yakuza, the Hustlers, and of course the Illuminati. Being pretty proud there. Keep up the great work. All right, so that is the highlights there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's a bit of an update, and it's going to be fun to see with the map out. Now, let's quickly look at what's coming up after the map is sold out, because we're doing pretty well with the map selling out, particularly on Pulsechain. Let's see. We've got the Mafia map. That's the one we're on now. We've got the Marketing DAO. I told you about that. That's being fed at the moment with all that volume going in there through the vault, via the vault, all those taxes and stuff that's feeding in to the market DAO. So that's going to be pretty cool. We're going to have pre-ranking. So if you've got, I guess this is regarding if you've got like a Frank 7, you could possibly upgrade it to a Frank 10, make it real powerful. It's going to be pretty cool. If you've got a Sam 7, you might be able to upgrade it for a Sam 10, have good defense and offense. That could be pretty cool. So I think that's that's going to happen there. So yeah, we'll see. I think that's to do with in-game assets as opposed to your own ranking, but we'll see. Maybe it is the own ranking. Maybe Archie knows a bit more about that. Open for business. Now, this is very exciting. So if you're a business owner over on Pulsechain or BNB on the Mafia maps, there's only 10 businesses per city. So if you're one of those owners, then open for business could get open, and everyone's going to have to go through your business, depending on what it is. Some business is going to be more lucrative than others, depending on what's happening on the game. But yeah, if you've got a gun store, for example, you'll probably get a lot of guns going through there. Presumably, what that means is that the crate opening, where you open in-game assets here, will disappear. So the guns here, the shop item, that will disappear, and so on. So that is presumably what's going to happen there. We shall see. And then, of course, I've got the map there. I'm going to close that down. So then we've got raid spots coming. It's going to be very important. So we talked about the Mafia maps. The raid spots will be on some of those tiles that are blank. That's my guess. We've also got the bridge crossings. Not sure what they may or may not be used for, but we've certainly got staging spots there, raid spots. And then communication, right? Communication coming up after that. It's going to be pretty important there, being able to communicate to other users playing the game and lots of stuff like in-game chats and things. Going to be pretty important. And then, of course, the kill simulator. This is a huge step in the game. What exactly does it take to kill somebody? What are their defense points? What do you need to actually take them out? What's your chance of success? All that sort of stuff. We have a little few clues on that already, but that is the kill simulator, and you're going to be able to work out whether it's going to be worth it or not, because killing people won't be particularly easy, particularly if you're going after a high-ranked person as well. And there is you think you have to be within 5 levels or something like that, 3 or 5 levels, one of those two, of the rank that you're trying to kill. And of course, you probably want to do it as a team, right? So we'll see what happens there. And then we've got the vault requirements. Obviously, Pulse has been reached, 5 billion Pulse. 500 BNB it's on the path there, and that is the next one there. And then finally, the launch coming up. So we've got lots of cool stages coming up there for the old Mafia there. Not bad at all. So that is our coverage of Mafia game. Looking pretty amazing. What I do encourage you to do is get into the Telegram and get involved on that. That'd be very exciting indeed. Yeah, we've got the URLs scrolling past. Can you see it? BNB there, pulsemafia.io and bnbmafia.io. Both of those also have the social links on them, and you can get access to the Wikipedia there too. There's also Archie's information site if you want to learn all the insights, mafia-hq.com, and get on to that as well. That's a good way of learning up the game. Number 1 GameFi on Pulsechain and playing on BNB, and also the first metaverse on Pulsechain. So it's going very, very well indeed. We're only in the first week and it's almost sold out. So pretty exciting. All right, let's jump over to our next part of the show, which is TitanX and X1. Let's get into that. Let's see how the TitanX ecosystem is going. Bam, let's go. There we go. All right, so we got TitanX. It has had a rebound. Woohoo! Now we've obviously had this. We've got Elliott wave. We've overlaid an Elliott wave on here. So we've got wave 1 here going up to 1, and of course we had a 10x in there, right? 10x, pretty exciting there on the TitanX 10x, and that was pretty exciting. 10x over 80 days to rule the world, is it? Around the world. And that was pretty much a 10x there. And then we've had wave 2, right? After you make mad gains, we get a sell-off, right? And even though we were starting to get deflation in December, we had a sell-off there of what, 70, around about, let's say 75% over 70 days. So it took 80 days to get a 10x. It took 70 days to wipe off 76% of that move. So there we go. That is the play. All right, so that is where we are at the moment. But during this December period, right, we were having deflation here. So let me just get a little box just to draw that in. I've got a little box here, little box here. So where's December? So just December, this sort of period here, we were getting deflation occurring in the TitanX. So we had this little chart here from Eric, the founder of DragonX. TitanX has really been in hyperdeflation for about a month. Now I call it deflation. Hyperinflation has to be a bit stronger, but we are in that general period where we are really moving into a hyperdeflationary period. But we'd definitely be deflationary, and you can see what I mean by that. See this arrow? This arrow is the accumulation, like cumulative TitanX inflation. So all these are all the individuals, and you add all these individuals up, and they go in here, and then you less the burn off it. And so we really peaked up out here, and now we've just been sliding down now. So we are in deflation. And we know that there's no miners coming out, right? No more miners coming out. So we're in deflation here. And the bigger the drop, the bigger the deflation. And we're probably going to enter hyperdeflation sometime in this quarter, maybe even January, February, depending on what's launching, right? So very, very exciting where this is about to go. And of course, the price gets lagged, right? Price gets lagged. Once you're in a downtrend, you got to wait for the bottom. Then the whales and the market makers come in and they say, well, the bottom's in. It's time for us to pick up the cheap deals, right? Cheap deals. And so they pick up here. They have bounced the market. As you can see, we got down to 6 zeros, 3,900. We're now at 5 zeros, 6 zeros, 5,300, just below 5,300 here. Now, the 21-day moving average, very important indicator here. That is sitting at 5,500. So we're just shy of that. It's not going to take us much to get there, as you guys know in crypto. It's 4% to get there, so that's a nothing burger in crypto. So that is what we're waiting for, and that is where we are at the moment. So getting some pretty exciting things. Can we get another day close above the yellow line there? That's what we're looking forward to, right? Maybe in 15 minutes, I think we get a new chart here. So that would be pretty cool. Now, looking forward, we've got some forecasts here, not based on time. Time is always hard to assess, but based on the Fibonacci extensions. We've got extension to the wave 3 rally. This is an Elliott wave, wave 3 up to 5 zeros, 2,700. That's that. And then, of course, a retrace of wave 4 down to 2,000, and then a rallying back up to 4,500 for the wave 5 target. Now, these are all based on extensions, Fibonacci extensions and Fibonacci retracements. That is the rationale for that, and using a wave, an Elliott wave model. For a 5-wave model there for Elliott wave to make that assessment. That's kind of where we are at the moment. We kind of had this lower support area. We did break the medium support area. So the medium support area was here at around 5,300. We did break that, and then we bounced. We actually went down to our next weak support level area, which was at 3,500, and we did bounce before that at 3,900, around the 4,000 mark. So there we are, some resilience there. So kind of cool. Let's see where we go from here. And of course, we've got in 2 days, we've got Jake Sharp doing an omni-chain presentation, right? So omni-chain coming up for that. So that's pretty exciting. So that is coming up for that. And of course, let's get into some of these other things here for the markets. Now, TitanX, let's have a look at the best performers overnight to look at that too. Who else has jumped in here? We've got some other comments in here. Let's see here. We've got greetings from the Godfather. Hey, we've got the founder of Mafia game in the house. A big shout out to Jacob there. Greetings from the Godfather. Woo! Hey, we've got the Don of Dons, Archie Capone, and we've got the Godfather there of Mafia game, the creator of Mafia. Of course, also the creator of all the casino games like Pulsepot and Pulse Predict. And also, obviously, we've got some sort of integrated site coming up in the future, as well as PUSD ALGO, which, as you guys know, I'm looking forward to. I know Colt DeFi is as well, the #1 stablecoin, scalability stablecoin. Looking forward to that as well. So we've got lots of coming there, and of course Mafia is going to be going through those launch phases as well. So pretty busy is the old Pulse bot there. Big shout out to the Godfather in the house. Hi boss, says Wookie. Indeed. Greetings Godfather, congrats on this amazing duel. Yeah, it's been very successful indeed. The land sales absolutely through the roof. Thanks Logic, appreciate the kind of words. Says Pulse Predict, aka the Godfather. Big shout out there from Logic Blast there. Will Wookie be getting a lightsaber by chance, says Wookie. I don't know about that. You'd probably injure yourself with that. Wookie, you'd probably injure yourself with that. All right, so let's have a look at the TitanX numbers here. So the best performer overnight was Felix, up 168%. Now, the one thing I'm going to say about this is that Deck Screen is playing out with some of the charts. So we've had some issues with some of the charts overnight. And so I know that Shogun was one of those. So yeah, we've got a few issues there with some of the charts here on Deck Screener. And it is impacting the buy and burn stuff that we can see for those as well. So hopefully that will get fixed. We've got Hyper there up 15%, Matrix up 14%, Shogun TitanX are doing pretty well now. This Shogun TitanX, this is catching up 3,300, almost 3,300 of a penny, back up 10% there. So doing pretty well as Shogun on the recovery there. Hydra is up at 10.6%. Ouroboros is up 9%. Now, you guys know the big news about Ouroboros. It is the big lending DeFi stablecoin USDX on Ethereum. That is going to be a guaranteed launch before the end of January with a ramp up starting next week. So very excited about this. This is a big deal. One of the 3 big utilities, the final of them to be launched. So very excited there. That is a very bullish thing for the area. We're going to see how some of the innovative tokenomics for that lending protocol also will impact the rest of the TitanX ecosystem. So that's pretty cool. There will be multiple collaterals too, which is very good. We've got DragonX there is at up 8.8%. Now DragonX is really the golden store of value on the TitanX ecosystem. The ratio has been incredible. So let's have a look at the ratio. This is really spectacular. Look at that. It's pretty much sitting at 12 at the moment. That's like a stable coin. Look at that thing. It's like a gold, right? In the old TitanX. The TitanX obviously went through for that wave 2 on the downtrend, but we've been holding above a ratio of 9. Look at that, and pretty stable. So big shout out to Eric there. DragonX has built an absolute juggernaut, and it's been a really good store of value, especially when you're in a downtrend on TitanX. That is pretty awesome. So well done. X28, of course, is the omni-chain version of TitanX. That is pretty cool. Looking at doing pretty well there as well. And of course, we're looking the actual liquid supply of this is insane. We're going to check that out in a minute. Viper up 7%, Element 280 up 7%. Inferno up 6% there. Volt has made a bit of a recovery there, 6,600 the penny, up 5%. And of course, we're waiting for the wheel to come out. That's expected soon, as well as a Thunder staking there for Volt. So Volt's going to get a bit of love from those 2 protocols coming out there from Stevie D. Hello's up 4%. Morpheus up 4% there. That's from Brandon, of course. He's a Pulsechain TitanX influencer just like I am. So he's doing pretty well there, up 3.6%. And now he's moved into development and auditing lately. So there we go. Doing a great job there, Brandon. Big shout out. Turbo up 3.5% there. Stacks up 3%. Scale up 3%. And Baby Dragon X making 1.1%. We've got a few that have chilled out after yesterday's big green day. Godex, the rest of them. Phoenix down a bit. Now Phoenix, I think, is one of these. They're just struggling. X28 Shogun struggling there with the data not showing up, and it's impacting the buy and burn for that pair, the X28 Shogun pair. So that's not showing up on Titan Hub, so TitanX Hub. So hopefully they'll fix that. Awesome X is down 3.3%. Alien X down 5%. Lotus down 7%. The Blaze there down 7.7%. The Eden is down 10%. Viper down 10%. Legend X down 11%. Tink. Now, this is probably the biggest shocker. Tink is down at 28 cents. I think they had a big whale exit or something. That is down 19.5%. And then Flux down 24%. So let's have a quick look at Tink, though. Tink, of course, is pretty important. One of the big 3 utilities on the TitanX ecosystem and the most innovative farm in the world, in my view. PulseX is the other good one. This is, very special the way they've done Tink. And look forward to some action there. So they were doing pretty well at 35 cents. This got sold down to 24 cents, probably some whale move there. bit of volume coming in. But we will keep a lookout for Tink, because I think Tink's going to be pretty bullish. You can pick the bottom of Tink, you're going to do pretty well moving ahead. Now, we do have some protocols coming up for Tink, right? I think it's Kachuchi or whatever it's called, and we'll check that out. So that is pretty much it on the charts. Let's go into the where we're going. We're going to go to some of these charts you may see disappear, right? So as I said, Shogun is having some issue with Dex Screener, so the price has disappeared, and it is impacting the burn rate at the moment, and as well as high gas on Ethereum. So the buy and burn's not getting called either. The other one is we're definitely having some problems with a couple of the other protocols. Element 369, well, it's NFT, but that's got some issues. Turbo there having some issues. Stacks having some issues. So we've got a few issues there. Hopefully they'll get fixed up with Dex Screener. Future there, of course, the big deal coming up before the end of January is Ouroboros, the USDX stablecoin that's coming up. That is the big deal there, and we've got tons of other projects going to be launching. Some notable ones here. Ascendance. Ascendance going to be a big deal. That's going to be huge, and of course, that's going to be beneficial for DragonX and Tink. And then we've got Machuchi as well coming up. That's going to be a big deal as well. I'm just trying to remember what that one's benefiting. I think that is also beneficial for X28. So X28, so TitanX going to be bullish for that, and no doubt Shogun, right? So in Shogun indirectly. And then we've got Taurus, the big one there from Cryptographics. That's going to be a big deal too. That's a bit unknown time frame, maybe February, March, Q1 there. That's from Taurus, and of course, there's many other projects coming along the line there as well. So it's going to be fun, and of course, multi-chain, right? Multi-chain same. So let's quickly look at that. Let's go. Oh yeah, the one thing I want to look at was the X28. We see the volume. If you go to stats on X28, there's only 2.42% liquid on the X28. That's pretty cool. I like that. Let's see what Jake does with that. That's pretty neat. And of course, we know that Jake's going to go omni-chain, right? So omni-chain, we're going to have the bridge open up. You're going to be able to select the different chains that you want to go to, and we've got all these different chains going omni-chain. So this is what we mean. Not only at the moment, TitanX on Ethereum, but it's going to be moving over to these other chains, and they're kind of like a supply thing, right? There's only one supply of X28/TitanX, and it's going there. So it can be pretty cool. So let's have a look at some of the cool things there. On that, we're going to quickly have a look at Shogun. Shogun's been doing very well on the rebound, and of course, we've got the auction going every day. At the moment, we've got 73 billion X28 in there, 200% ROI at the moment. But of course, we've still got 5 hours to go. But it is a bit weird today, given the fact that we are having some issues there with that Dex Screener there. The stats at the moment, I think the issue with the Dex Screener is definitely impacting the buy and burn today. So that has been an issue. So that we've got about 2 million since yesterday, I think, on the buy and burn, and it's up maybe 500,000 on the war tax. But that issue with the Dex Screener does impacted it today. What else are we going to say? These numbers are going pretty well indeed. We're doing about 5 million on the buy and burn normally, and about a million on the war tax. So, we're talking about 5 to 7 million, let's say, on the buy and burn at the moment. Obviously, as the prices recover, that should all increase, right, as volume increases in the LP pool. Yesterday we're doing about 220,000 on the pool, on the volume, and of course that is a real rebound there, and that means more taxes and more burning, right? So that's pretty much it, and a bigger war chest. So that's taken away there, and of course Jake Sharp there commenting on Shogun. People seem to be having an absolute blast of the time on the recent Shogun auctions. These auctions only get smaller. It's supply bought off market and war tax from our bots. That is a big deal, but that's why we're watching the volume, because the bigger the volume there, the bigger it feeds the whole system in Shogun and burns off also Shogun supply. Shogun is hyperdeflationary and paired with the entire ecosystem, so that's pretty cool too. I'm going to repost that. So that's kind of cool. People seem to, so having a good time there. So lots of stuff there happening with Shogun. TitanX obviously ramping up too with the deflation. We talked about that. Lots of builders in play. Now there's something else I wanted to talk about here. So was it soon you'll be able to get liquid with your TitanX without having to sell it down? So this is what's so big about Ouroboros coming. So Ouroboros is coming by the end of January. And that means you're going to be able to put your TitanX in there and get liquid TitanX, back stable coins, the USDX there, without selling. So it's a huge big deal there, and may benefit some people for taxations as well. What else? That is pretty much exciting there. So that is kind of cool. Yeah, very excited stuff. Now that's going to bring us into X1 chain. We're up to 56 minutes, doing pretty good. What else we got there? We got Wookie says was a PAL provider. Wookie thinks sold down. Okay, that makes sense for the Tink farm. The other thing is that with Shogun, there will be, just like Element 2A, there will be a LP manager opening up soon, so it's going to add to the volume of Shogun. So that's a positive thing moving ahead. Hopefully we'll get that soon. What else? We've got X1 here. So Jack Levin here, the vampire, the vampire there. Achievement unlocked. He says X1 testnet reaches 10 billion organic transactions before the end of the year. We know X1 is getting very close with the testnet there. This is the final testnet, and then we're moving to the X1 going live. What sort of magic will Jack bring to it? We know he's been over Silicon Valley doing deals and conversations, all sorts of things. We know he's been working on the technology. We know he's been working on the tokenomics and the burn parties, which is how you get XN coin. We know that people have been mining Zen blocks. People have been mining SolZen. SolZen's all out now. Lots of cool things have been happening in the mix there, and people have also been doing validating for the testnet as well. So those are some of the highlights happening there. And reaching 10 billion organic transactions for the year. Awesome, eh? Achievement unlocked. So they achieved that. So that's pretty cool. We're expecting X1 in the first quarter of this year, and it could be sooner than later. We'll see. So far, it's always been later than sooner. But Q1 looking pretty positive now. Now, the price of Zen, of course, the forever down coin. We always say that, but forever down coin is starting to get a bit of life. We've had two little pop there, a little pop here on the X1 news and stuff like that. And now we have, sold that off again, and now starting to rise up again. So some potential opportunity there with the launch of X1, and of course the burn party pool parties where you burn Zen for XN coin. Remember, there's only going to be 1 billion XN coin as far as we know, and so therefore it's going to be in big demand. And there's only a couple of ways to be able to get it right, XNM and other things like that. Now, apparently in the burn pool parties, you'll be able to use Vampire token, which is a BRC20. And those BRC20s, you know how they minted heaps of those. So I think they're going to be minted there. I'm not so sure they're doing the Bitcoin bridge anymore. So that's probably why those have been added in there. We will see. We've got a few more clarifications to come. But that is kind of it. And that could be super bullish. It is going to be the first full fork of Solana. And you know how bullish Solana is. And therefore, it could be a huge, huge rally there off a low base as well. And the other thing is it's going to have all the bells and whistles, right? So you're going to be able to do what are they called? I've just forgotten that right now. You're going to be able to do things like BRC20s, basically. You're going to be able to do have second layers on there, do etchings and stuff like that. And you're going to have Eigen layer. You're going to be able to stake other coins from other blockchains in the X1 chain. So it's going to have all the bells and whistles, all the latest tech, all the latest tokenomics in there. And so it's going to be a huge, huge opportunity. Kind of looking forward to it. All right. That is pretty much it on that one. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Once again, the links to Mafia in the screen there. Don't miss out on this game. This game is huge. Tell your friends. If you love gaming and love crypto, it's a good way to play the game. And of course, it's a good way, if you love metaverses, to build up your asset game. There's something for everybody, basically. You can speculate on the game, you can speculate on the tokens, you can speculate on property, or you can play and you can build up a property portfolio. You can become the main developer in the city. You can earn in-game income from the buildings. There's lots of opportunity there. You can make friends, and of course, you can buy cool in-game stuff. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of evolutions in this game as well as we move forward. So exciting times ahead. If you want to join the directorate, that's the family that I'm involved with. We run 4 families. Led by, of course, the Don of Dons, Archie. Then, join up with us. You can get to us through the Pulse Mafia there, or BNB Mafia. But in particular, hit us up in the mafia-hq.com. If you go to family on that tab, you'll be able to find our Telegram there, or you can get it into the Discord links in the video description. We also have a private chat group in there for the Mafia as well. All right. Take care. Enjoy yourself in the New Year's there if you're in North America. If it's the 2nd, you're down under, then enjoy the sun. The sun is out today. It's nice to be down under during the sunshine, and we've had some good amount of sun this summer so far. So good times ahead. All right, take care. I'll catch you on the next show. Bye for now. See you in 2 days' time. Until then, bang, bang, as we say, bang, bang. All right, see ya.